Welcome back to this special edition of the Bluffton News. Our second person to watch is Melanie Thomas. Melanie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Now, typically when I introduce somebody, I introduce them along with their title. You've got a few.
I do. I wear multiple hats and I love it.
So let's first talk about, let's pull back a little bit.
Okay.
What brought you to the Low Country? That's a question that so many people get asked when they come here. Most of us are transplants. What brought you here?
My husband is an active duty U.S. Marine, so we came here on orders, and luckily we feel like we won the lottery with the Low Country. It's been amazing living here. The environment's gorgeous, but the people are even better, so we love it here.
And when was that?
About 2 years ago. It seems like a blink of an eye, but it's been 2 years.
Absolutely. Well, we are so glad that you are here, and I'm sure that certainly County Councilman Mike Covert is also glad that you are here because you serve as his executive assistant and effectively his right arm.
I do.
What's a typical day look like?
Every day is different. If anybody knows Mike, you know that every day is different with him. He's busy with Covert Air. He's also serving as county councilman. So it's some days we have meetings, some days we have interviews, some days we are on the radio, some days we travel to Beaufort. It's just every day is different.
So you're basically just keeping the schedule going, making sure that he is where he needs to be?
Yes.
I need a Melanie. So you also, though, work with him in his professional capacity as the owner of Covert Air. What do you do there?
I handle all of the marketing efforts. I kind of coordinate things on that end and work with our different vendors like you guys who help us out with our Covert Air marketing, as well as I kind of handle the community outreach for Covert Air. So Mike does a lot of community outreach things. He sponsors the football games. He sponsors the Tiger Bass Fun Run, all sorts of stuff like that. So I handle that for him. I go to the events and kind of represent Covert Air.
Well, speaking of community outreach, the leadership class this year has a big sort of exciting, right?
Yes.
Event that's happening. So tell us, first of all, let's talk a little bit about leadership, because that's something that we hear a lot about. It's kind of at the forefront of a lot of it's not even young people, right? It runs the gamut. So tell us about the class this year and tell us about leadership.
Okay, so I'll put on my leadership hat.
Perfect.
We are 22 strong this year. This is a program that's been running in the Low Country since 1985, the same age as me. So it brings together people from all different backgrounds, ages, from the community together to take part in a leadership project and also leadership development and learning about the community. So we get together once a month and we learn about a different aspect of the community, whether it's arts and leisure or the environment or local government, and we use that knowledge and that information and do a leadership project. This year we chose to do the Imagination Train, which is a signature piece of playground equipment that's coming to Oscar Fraser Park later on in April. We're very excited to cut the ribbon Saturday, April 21st. So we'll cut the ribbon the 21st, and the train will be open for kids to play with, and we're really excited. We're gonna have bouncy castles, caricatures, face painting. What else do we have going on? Oh, food trucks from all different kinds. We'll have barbecue, seafood, after the ribbon is cut. So Saturday, April 21st, come out and see the Imagination Train.
Speaking of barbecue.
Yes.
There is a connection with the train theme, the location at Oscar Fraser. Let's talk about that.
So Oscar Fraser Park was dedicated to Oscar Fraser Sr., who was Mayor Pro Temp of Bluffton. He was also Poet Laureate. And he did a lot for youth activity in the community. He worked with the YMCA. He's really big into youth fitness. And when he passed away, they dedicated the park to him. So something else that Oscar Fraser Sr. did, as if he wasn't busy enough, was operate a barbecue stand out of a caboose-shaped building in downtown Bluffton. So that's where the Imagination Train came from. We chose a train to honor Oscar Fraser Sr.
Well, it's a wonderful way to honor him. As you said, youth sports and fitness and that aspect of strengthening your life as a young person was very important to him. And certainly an outdoor play place is something that a lot of kids could stand to put that iPad down for a while.
Me too.
That's very exciting. And me too. Very, very exciting. So tell us a little bit about how you got into all of these things. What drew you to not only your job for somebody who is admittedly himself extraordinarily busy, and sort of getting in that sort of a lifestyle professionally, but also leadership. What's in your personality that brings you towards these kinds of things, do you think?
Well, I think working for Mike was a big piece of it. Working with him put me in a lot of different arenas in the community. I got to go to the different chambers and meet everyone there and meet all the local business owners and just kind of see how great this community is. And it just makes you want to get involved. It makes you want to learn more. It makes you want to meet more of these awesome people who live here. So for me, I'm very, I like to be busy. I don't like to have free time.
We share that.
So it's just, for me, a natural thing. This community is hard not to love. So being able to invest more in it and get to know the people that actually make it as great as it is has been a huge blessing.
So for someone who came here relatively recently and who's gotten very involved very quickly, what would you say to someone who kind of wants to follow in your footsteps, but maybe doesn't have access to the councilman, for example, but somebody that wants to get involved as a young professional? What would you tell them to do?
I would say find any group of people you can. The more people you meet, the more doors open. You would be surprised the amazing opportunities that you are given just by saying hi to someone. People love to help. They love to help you get involved. So it's all about meeting people and making those connections. A great place to start is the chamber. They have socials for young professionals, monthly, sometimes twice a month, depending on how many chambers you get involved with. And you don't have to be a member to get involved. You can just go and pay the cover charge and go in and meet folks. That's a great place to start. Another place to start is just find something you're interested in and something you're passionate about and just dive in. I mean, if you love youth sports, go coach a team or go find someone else who loves it and start a club. Just get involved. People love to help you get involved. There's enough work to go around.
That's absolutely true. And you mentioned, Bluffton really is a special place.
It is.
And I think that most people that come here, and eventually probably all people, really truly fall in love with it. There's a special connection to the Low Country in this area. And like you said, people want to help you. They want to help you be involved. And I think that's particularly true in this community. Would you say so?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. And I've found that, I think that this is probably the best analogy. People are kind of like spiders. They're really more afraid of you than you are of them.
So true.
So if you approach them, as you've said, especially in a community like this, they really embrace you, don't you think?
Yes, definitely. It's a very, very easy community to get to know people. People just are so warm and loving, and it's fantastic. I can't say how much I love this place.
So let's talk favorites.
Ooh.
What do you love about the whole entire sort of Hilton Head area, Bluffton? What are your favorite things to do here?
As you can see, I'm a little sunburnt, so going to the beach is one of my favorite things to do.
Well, it is warm enough now.
It is, thank goodness. So went to the beach over the weekends. I love the local food scene. Anytime I can go out to a new restaurant, I'm all over it. And just going and sitting down at Church of the Cross or sitting somewhere and looking at the May River and the beautiful waterways. It's just a beautiful place.
It absolutely is. Absolutely is. So what do you see, being involved with the councilman, what do you see as the future of this area, of Beaufort County? As a young person that's come in, you're involved, what's your vision? What do you see happening?
It's growing so fast, as everybody knows. There's going to be so many more opportunities for younger people in this area. I feel like different businesses will move to the area, more tech type stuff is going to start coming. I feel like the opportunities around here are just going to grow and grow and grow. And for those of us who are lucky enough to live here now, we're kind of on the ground floor. So we can help shape the direction that's going to go in. That's why you've got to get involved. The more you're involved, the more say-so you have in the direction of our community. So super important right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Melanie, congratulations on all of your successes.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on the Bluffton News. We are so very glad to have had you.
Thank you so much.
And remember, Imagination Train ribbon cutting on the 21st.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this special edition of the Bluffton News. Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at WHHI-TV, and be sure to send us your news and pictures of what's going on around town for a chance to be featured. We'd love to see the Low Country through your eyes. I'm Daniela Squiccaro, and I'll see you around Bluffton.